welcome. Today we're going to go ahead and review how to install Asheron's Call. I see a lot of people ask about that in forums and whatnot, like how do I get the game to play? So I'm going to go over that with you today. So we're going to go ahead and go to asheronforfun.com. Once we're there, we're going to scroll down and they have a little installer here. It's called the Asheronforfun.exe. I'm going to go ahead and click that. It's going to download into our system. I'm going to open that up. You get a little warning because it's not Microsoft certified or whatever, but we're just going to run it anyway. All right, once that opens up, you'll see that it has several different options for clicking on. Asheron Call is what we want to install first, so I'll click that. It's a little bit of a large file, so it takes a few minutes for it to download. So I'm just going to go ahead and let that go through, and I'll come back. So once it's done downloading, it's going to launch the application to install. So it's going to come up and ask you if you want to go ahead and install it, and we're going to say yes. It goes through now the Asheron's Call install Shield Wizard. Now I've already got it installed, so I'm not going to go through this part, but basically you're just going to click next, 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 all with default to stop yourself from having any problems for you in the future with other stuff. Just leave everything default, next, 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 and the game will then install for you. Once that's all set and installed, go ahead and click Update AC Client EXE because this will get you the newest AC client. So that's pretty quick. That's going to be moved over into your Downloads folder. In your Downloads folder, you see the AC client. So from there, you're going to want to copy this, and you're going to want to go to your Asheron's Call folder, which should be your C drive, games. No, I'm sorry, that's where the plugins go. Turbine, Asheron's Call, and you're going to want to go ahead and paste it right in here. And when you do that, it just overwrite the old one. So you just paste it in here, replace file and destination, click that. It puts it all in there for you, and that's all set. Now you have the newest client. The next thing you're going to do is update the DAT files. So the DAT files are pretty large. Click on the button. It's going to go ahead and download all three of them. All these files are going to go into your download folder. Once in your download, so it's downloading here. All three of them are going to be into that folder, so I'm just going to let that go through. If at any time you're confused or you can't figure out what's going on, there is a install help button here. If you click the install help button, it'll tell you to make sure you use default directories. Click install Asheron's Call first, then update client second, then update the DAT files next, then click install. So it kind of has like a little step-by-step on what to do with this application. So if you get stuck or it's not real self-explanatory, you can just use the help button. The other button we have here is the game launcher help. So when you get to the game launcher, if you don't know how, if this isn't clear enough for you, if you click here, it takes you over to the AC emulator site, and they have a really good set of directions here on how to add a server, to your launcher, so that you'll be able to play Asheron's Call once you're finished with that. So I'm just going to let these guys go ahead and download. It's going to be a little bit because they're pretty large files, and then we'll be right back. Okay, now that the file has completed downloading, we'll go ahead and we'll open the downloads folder again, and we're going to copy those DAT files. So we have 3 DAT files. I'm just going to hold down Control and click each one. I'm going to then Control copy, Control C, and then I'm going to paste them right over here into the Asheron's Call folder. I'm going to replace the files in the destination. So there we go. We went ahead and replaced those files. So now that we have the updated DAT files, the updated AC client, all we have left is to install the launcher. So we'll go ahead and click that. This is very small. It downloads very quickly. It's it's the standard one, or I should say the most common launcher that's used for playing the game nowadays. Looks like maybe the site that I'm downloading from is going a little slow, but it's very small. It should only take a few seconds here. So once it downloads, it's going to automatically launch the setup wizard. So you just kind of click next through the process. It's going to go ahead and pick a folder for you. It's got a little license agreement. It's then going to ask you if you want to install. Now, I've already installed it, so I'm not going to click the button, but it just installs and then finalizes next, and you're all set. And that's all you need to do. Once that's installed, these are optional. I would go ahead and download the Verendi bundle. That's a decal add-on, so you want to get decal first. Then you want to get Verendi, and then install the utility belt. All these are very useful. You just simply, the same as every other one, you click them. It's going to automatically open up. Once it opens up, well, I guess there it is. There you go. So obviously it's not registered with Microsoft, but you can just run it. So I've already got decal installed, so I'm not going to click through this, but you just click next, installing decal into its folders, and you'll be all set with decal. Next thing is the Verendi bundle. It's a little different, so it downloads, and then you go ahead and just click check libs. It'll find out if there's any improper installs or if anything's wrong. It'll pop up and say you have to do it. After you've done that, you can just click this install button. I've already got it installed. Everything's already all set, so it's not going to let me, but you just click the install, and then that'll put in Verendi for you. Then you just, same thing with utility belt. You can click it. Also, you can just Google these things and download them if you'd like, but it's all the same. So once everything's all set and everything's installed, you could have an icon on your desktop if you chose to put it there. If not, you can always just find it in your start bar. Just double click. It's gonna open up. So I have it set to open in admin, so that's why it keeps popping that thing for us, because it needs permissions to do things. So what you want to do, this may open in simple view like this. You want to click advanced view if that's the way it opens. Once you're in advanced view, you just hit edit servers. Once you get into edit servers, down here at the bottom, you click add server. You want to make sure you hit ACE if it's an ACE server, GDL server if it is one of those. Asheron for Fun is an ACE server, so we're going to click that. So here is all of the information for that and directions on actually how to do that. So for the server name, we're going to go ahead and put in Asheron for Fun. Then for the description, this is optional, but I'm just going to put PvE server. And I'll put custom here, because there's a lot of custom comments on there, contents on there. Then for the IP address, it's just the website URL, www.asheronforfun.com. Next is the port, which is going to be the standard 9000 port. The Discord URL is optional to put in there, but you can click the link and add that in if you'd like. And then the website URL is just the same. And you'll just click add and go back to simple, and then you'll see that there's Asheron for Fun right there. Green check arrows mean that that server is online and operating. Red X servers means that they are not online and they are not working. So this server is one that I played on before, and they have since shut down. So I should probably remove it, but here it is anyway. And so here, it shows where this is why I said leave it in its base directory so you don't have to mess with any settings. But if you did install somewhere else, you can always change it here so that it launches to the correct place. You can just find it this way, get to it, and you're all set. And that's all there is to it. You just go ahead and log in, and when you log in with credentials, make sure you remember those credentials because it creates an account for you on the server you're going to play on. And that's everything. Have a great day.